Alright, what you see here is a Casablanca Four Seasons 3 Hugger ceiling fan in white finish. Well, actually, no, it's a snow white finish, to be exact. I got this from a habitat that we fired 88 volunteers at, up in Newbury, New Hampshire. Or Newington, I think it was, one of the two. But, yeah, I've been wanting to get one of these in the white finish for quite some time, and he messaged me that I think 2 or 3 of these showed up. One he got, one he put out for sale, and this one he held on to for me so I can pick it up. Now, this came with a white kit of sorts, some sort of like 2000s era Casablanca. Like, it kind of looks like the white kit you see on like the Armitage 52-inch or the Hampton Bay Hugger. But it doesn't look bad on it. I mean, it's just this fan specifically with the housing it has. I think it would look a bit funny, but I'll try it out at some point in the future. But I just wanted to test it without the white, as that's how childhood ones look for me. And especially if I had it with a spotlight kit, which I definitely plan to try out with it at some point. But yeah, I remember seeing fans just like this a lot as a kid. Especially up in New Hampshire and North Conway, there was quite a few of these scattered around. I know there's a place that still has 2 of them in white, but I see a lot of fans similar to this up in the New Hampshire area a lot as a kid in the white finish. But yeah. Now, there's a place that has 2 fans that I very similar to this in 42 inches with a black motor, and with the detachable switch cap, not the type that this uses. And the blades are basically the same tip on them. And they actually have vents on the top of the motor housing. I have no clue what those fans are, but this fan reminds me of those a lot. But I've also really liked these type of Hugger fans, the ones that kind of have that contemporary look and such. And the fact that this one's under the Casablanca name is pretty neat. But yeah, this fan is from the 53rd week of 2005. And as you can tell, it has the same type of spinner motor that you'd see in Hunter fans, as this is after the Hunter buyout that happened in 1997. So, yeah. Now, the blades are a little droopy looking. And when I tested the brass one down here a few years ago, the polished brass one I don't remember them being that droopy. But it could just be memory not serving me well, or the fact that this one was hung up for a while, and wherever it was installed, it might have just not been used all the time, or that often, so the blades droop down like this over time. But I really do like the fan, and Will, if you're watching this, I definitely thank you for holding on to it for me out back. Yeah, I mean, they're not really anything special for a lot of people in the fan community, but I really do like these fans and such. And since they're not, I want to say they're hard to find, but they're definitely one that you don't see as often, like the Delta 2 or the Panama. I mean, I feel like you do see more of the downrod version of this fan versus the Hugger version. But yeah. There's the Casablanca tag right there. And that little plug on the bottom of it's not original to this fan. I supplied that just for the video. But the pull chain, however, is original to this fan. And I've always loved the chrome and brass pull chains more than the other one. Especially on the white fans. I think they match it better. Yeah. Let's go ahead and start off on no. I remember these were discontinued at some point in like 2015, I'd say, or 2016. They discontinued the Four Seasons 3, both the downrod version and the Hugger version. I do want to find one of these with a 42-inch weight span. I know from what I know, it uses the same motor, but it just has smaller blades on it. I really am interested to see how much of a boost in performance it would have on this motor. Now, there is one that's somewhat nearby me right now. As the time I'm filming this, brand new in the box for about $40, which it's not bad price, but I just don't know if it's a white one like this or if it's a polished brass one. The box art has a polished brass one on it, so it tells me it's a little bit older than this one probably. Could be the same age, but I'm not sure. If it was another brass one, I'd probably take it just because I've seen the white ones pop up a bit more than the brass ones. And my brass one has some parts that are a bit scuffed up on it and such. And I don't know if it's a 52-inch one or if it's a 42-inch one too. So if it is a 42-inch one, then I'll definitely grab it. But yeah, like I've seen the fans that are just like this in like gift shops. I mean, the North Conway area, especially in New Hampshire, I've seen a lot of fans that are similar to this. I feel like I saw the Four Seasons 3 a lot in New Hampshire more than down in Mass. Well, yeah, it's definitely a fan I can see in like a rec room of sorts, game room, kitchen, bedroom, office. There's so many places I can see this installed in. Laundry mats, supermarkets, convenience stores, churches, like in the basement area, I guess. Gift shops, especially. Libraries. I know on Amazon, I don't think they still sell this version, but they had a version that was similar to it. I always have wondered if one of them is a better performer than the other, or if they're the same. Definitely like to get the Emerson version, the contemporary snugger that they have. Although that's probably the same exact thing as the traditional snugger, it's just of a different housing. So what I might just do is maybe just, I mean, I do have the traditional one already, I just still need to get around to testing that one. But probably by testing that one, I can tell if it's the same performance as this or not. It's probably about the same. This fan does use a 172 by 12 millimeter motor, so it's not going to be extremely impressive in terms of air movement, but it's definitely be average, not for medium. And when I say average, I mean like average for a showroom brand fan or a showroom fan in general. I'm not saying that's not a good performer, but compared to other showroom fans, it's definitely not it is more of a budget model, but definitely better than a lot of the stuff you can find at like home centers and such. And I do wish that Casablanca and a lot of the showroom brands still had budget models like this that weren't the highest quality in terms of build quality and performance, but they were still a lot better than what you can find at a home center. Especially for like hugger options, I know there's not too many of them. I mean, I know Make It Air, they have the Mesa, and I think they have the Contractor's Choice, I think. Although that one, I'm not too sure if that's really a good one or not. But this is an example. There's not too many companies that have those options anymore, but I do wish though that during this time period that Casablanca had more hugger options. I mean, I know nowadays they do have more options that are huggers, but back then in the 2000s era, not so much. I mean, the same can be said about Hunter fans, but they definitely came out with a lot more variations of low profile fans over the years, especially the past decade. Like almost every flush mount fan now is called a low profile. But obviously they have like different versions and such. Like different designs and such. But the fan's not really noisy. I mean, it has a tiny bit of a hum to it, but it's nothing severe. All right, and now for the high speed. It's definitely a good air mover. I mean, it's definitely want to make for a bad shop fan or like a fan display one. Like, had I this one, like basically if I was storing stuff down in the basement still and instead of at the storage unit, I would probably consider using this if I had like a big space I needed for air movement. Well, that's something I'd rather do. Like, I have my own place, not in this apartment, because this basement's just not in the best shape for storing stuff in it no more. That was one of the other reasons why I moved everything to the storage unit. Now, despite the blades drooping a bit downwards, I am feeling a bit of a breeze from it over here. So it's a good thing that it's not really restricting the air mover from just underneath it. It is actually spreading it around. Yeah, I really do wish I saw more of these around as a kid in this area. I mean, they're definitely a fan I feel like would be good for like a lot of local stores, like pet stores, or even, I don't know, there's just so many places I feel like they would have done well with these. I mean, I know the purple building showroom that I've been to, they sold these there, especially. I think it's just more so people didn't go there too often and rather go to Home Depot or Lowe's because they were more intimidated by the prices there, not really knowing that they actually had some more economical priced fans like this that people could buy. I mean, it has a good high speed to it for a hugger fan. That's an economical model for a showroom brand. But what I need to do is test the low profile 5s that I have and see if they're probably the same air movement as this. But alright, do spin down. Then I'll show in the reverse. I mean, yeah, it actually does push a pretty good breeze, in all honesty. Hard to say if it moves more air than a low profile from Hunter. I mean, I haven't tested a 52-inch one in a while, and when I mean low profile, I mean more so like the 90s era ones, or like the early 2000s ones. I mean, I do have the low profile plus in the kitchen, but the blade spin on that's a little bit different than this, so it's kind of more different in terms of the movement. I mean, it is about the same. Now, I wouldn't mind putting this in the kitchen. It's just, I don't know. It's just like such a bland looking fan compared to like the low profile plus I have in the kitchen right now. Plus, I like this fan a lot more of the white blades versus the bleach oak blades, surprisingly. I think it's just more so because I saw these fans a lot more with the white side as a kid. Unless it was like a Littleton or something like that. Usually if I saw a white fan with the non-white blades facing down, it was usually like in a person's home or something like that. Not so much out in public and such. Alright, now for reverse. Now, I do remember at Water Country up in New Hampshire, for those who know about that place, in the gift shop they had 3 Newton hug the ceilings in 42 inches painted in blue. I know they were originally white, and I'm pretty sure in the bathrooms they had the same thing too, but they were white. But sometimes I kind of think that they might have been contemporary looking huggers like this. But I'm very sure that they were the same thing, but they could have been these. I really don't think they were. I know the bathroom ones are long gone though, but I'm not sure if the gift shop ones are still there. I did have them in the old fan slideshow pics many years ago, from like 07. And that was the last time I'd been there, so it's been quite some years. I doubt they're still there because they probably renovated the gift shop since then. Who knows? I remember even before, like every time I drive up to that water park, there was a McDonald's that had a play area, and they had 2 42-inch, or they could have been 52-inch white outdoor fans of sorts without lights. I don't even remember what they were. They might have been a Harvey's Calera thingies. I don't know, but I know they weren't Hampton Bay gazebos because they were there before the gazebo came out and such. The 42-inch one for the 2000s era. But that play area is long gone, unfortunately. And some of the fans, I know We Fight 88 told me that they got rid of that play area quite some time ago. I have heard stories from people that they've seen some of these installed in McDonald's in the brass finish. Either that or it was the hand-to-make carriage houses with or without lights and polished brass. Alright. I'll shut it off, and yeah. That'll be it for this video. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and stay tuned for more videos to come.